Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grave Reviews Thursday Night Frights. Sitting next to me, as always, kind of metaphorically, at least on video, my good friend and co-host, Chris. How are you this evening?
It's 8 p.m. on a Thursday. It's that time to cheers. Let's talk some horror.
Cheers to you as well, my
Yes.
friend. And to everyone out there in YouTube land, cheers to you as well. LG, welcome and hello to you as well. So tell me, Chris, what are we watching tonight? What are we talking about tonight? What did we cover?
Okay, so we're going to start this off by saying this is 2022's Zach Krieger's Barbarian. I'll go give you a little spoil-free synopsis of this movie.
Please do.
I'll bring my notes over to the right side of the page and say, okay, a single woman, Tess, new to the area, double books an Airbnb on a stormy night in the roughest of suburbs of Detroit. This ends in a friendly encounter and an agreement to share the place the two star-crossed job seekers have rented, but someone is sneaking around the house. Is old Pennywise at it again and just trying to make our female lead feel safe enough to spring his trap?
Oh, no.
We'll find out more sooner than later. Tess's choices from the start leave her vulnerable and uncomfortable, making us, the viewer, uncomfortable. I find myself holding out hope through every darkened scene. Seriously, this movie has you hoping to get a glimpse of something down corridors or in the corners of a room. Now, I'm going to take this time in the middle of the synopsis to give a quick shout out to Justin Long, avid watcher of Thursday Night Frights. We appreciate you, Justin. He plays, by the way, a parody of himself of sorts, kicking off the first of some short stories that give a breather from the action. A rip away from, oh my God, that just happened on film.
Did it. Whiplash.
And deepen the lore behind 476 Barbary Street. Trivia note, 476 being a subtle reference to 476 CE when when Rome fell to the barbarians. Now, this gives us the lore without glaring plot devices, epiphanies to drive a storyline, or shark jumping. Well, I gotta be honest, there might have been a little jump over that hill with the eyes. And however, Krieger kind of nails the landing. Creepy dark spaces, cringe characters, Richard Brake, and oh baby, a satisfying ending to a what the actual F of a movie.
I am applauding how you did that without giving away any spoilers. I have no clue, and I'm with you. This is one of the you know what. Before we dive in, we got to do the thing. If we don't do the thing,
let's do the thing. Let's do
the thing. So, everybody, welcome to Thursday Night Frights, and let's get ready to go.
goosebumps and chills, they'll set the tone. Thursday nights, you're welcome home. So join the fright, don't miss the show. Alan and Chris are here, ready to go. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they'll horror. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk.
So much fun. So much fun.
Yes.
Oh. We do know what to do. You're right. You leave the comments, you share, egg each other on, have a good time, and whatever you do, don't bite the newbies too hard when they come in. Just a little love more behind the ear. You know, it's all
Level, let them know that they're welcome.
Oh, so
All welcome.
this movie.
This movie. I agree. This
Boy,
movie.
this is going to be a hard one to review simply because it's one of those movies that you know you're going to have to spoil, but you don't want to.
Yes.
So we're going to say this now. If you're watching this live with us now, or if you happen to be catching this at a later date, we're going to give you a couple minutes to go watch this movie because we're going to spoil it because that's what we do. But you kind of need to see it without being spoiled. So take a few seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go watch
come
the
on
movie
back
and
when we're done. We will wait.
we'll wait for you. Just a couple
When you
minutes.
leave, you'll come right back and hit the unpause button. And
I don't know why they didn't watch it later. Well, I know why they didn't watch it earlier because the intro was on. The intro was rock. So, you know, everybody's got
that's true. You got to stick around for the intro, but yeah, they should be finishing up about now.
Take the
Right.
time.
That's plenty of time. Sure.
So, well, okay. Now that you've had a chance to
Welcome
watch
back.
welcome back. We're glad you're here with us. The cast in this movie was so good. Georgiana Campbell plays Tess. She's kind of our lead.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was so pleasantly surprised by her role as the final girl. It's so rare that the first person that comes into contact with, well, not really the first, one of the first people that come in contact with the evildoers in one of these movies, it gets to run away. You know, generally there's, but I'm going to tell you right now, she, like you said in your description, in your synopsis, she sold this role. This role. She sold the claustrophobic part of it. She almost at first you think it's almost like a haunted house type thing. She sold it. I mean, she sold it. I was right there with her, and this was one of the rare movies for me that, as the movie went on, I kept feeling myself edge a little more towards the edge of the seat, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Scooped myself up towards the edge,
Mhm.
and then in the middle, when the hits the fan,
Woo.
it whiplashes you out of all that mess into a bright sunny California day with a guy driving around
Right down Malibu.
with the top down, and I'm going, what just happened?
Yeah, it's hard not to hit, like, you know, it's you're claustrophobic. You're the fear, the what you just witnessed on screen,
Yes.
the visceral nature of the jump scare of the moment.
Yes.
And well played, Bill Skarsgård. I mean, there's no way to talk about this without spoiling it, because it's every moment of this. You get this Bill Skarsgård, and he plays the bad guy. He plays a good guy.
Yep.
He plays a mysterious guy. He has all these roles, so you don't know where you're coming with him. And you're kind of, is this a setup that he's, is double booked,
So it's in the middle of the night. It's rainy, and she's in a really, really bad part of Detroit.
Oh yeah, terrible.
She goes to her Airbnb. She can't get in. The keys are gone. She can't get a hold of anybody. And then all of a sudden, the light comes on, and Bill Skarsgård, Keith, opens the door. And let's face it, who can play? Is there anyone out there that plays creepy guy better than him?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's got that mysterious to him where you want to believe him, but he's been capable of some serious shizzle.
Yeah, I mean, which is the It reference during your
man. Like, I know what you've done. I know the things that you've done. I've seen some things with you
in clown outfits. I've seen you in vampire outfits. I know who you are. But through this, okay, so hold on a minute. You ready?
Yeah.
Spoilers. They're coming. There's no way not to with talking about this movie. You really think that he has somehow manipulated the system to get this girl in this house alone? Um, everyone's looking, pointing fingers at him. This is the guy. This is it. This is the one. He did it. And he didn't do it.
Yeah. You know, like the tropes that, oh, I'd never do that in a horror movie. Like, I never do that in my situation. You can almost understand why she's putting herself in these weird circumstances. Like, oh, stay there with the dude that just woke up in your Airbnb and nobody can get a hold of anyone. And yeah, but at the same time, like, it's believable. Like, and they go to sleep and they lay down and everything's supposed to be okay. And listen, she saw the door was open.
Yes.
Whatever the hell was going on in that room before the door opened. And I don't think it was Pennywise. Like, okay, yeah, Bill Skarsgård's the softball lob is the bad guy. It's not going to be him. I don't see it being him anymore. 94% sure. Maybe 93. But that's where I'm at this point.
Mr. Page, welcome to the show. I don't think you've officially said hello on the page before, so we have to give you the absolute welcome as we do every time someone comes in.
Gabba gabba, we accept you, one of us. Gabba gabba, we accept you, one of us.
You are indeed one of us. Gene is a gentleman who works for me. He's actually supposed to be closing the store tonight, so okay. Anyway, he's saying yes, you did. It's all right. Any excuse to play the Ramones is a good.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So
it has been a minute. Seriously though, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. Yeah. So Skarsgård, as you were saying, sir, back to
and it's this whole like they get to know each other, they have a good talk, and everything's okay. And it's the next day, and they survived ish, and they all go off in their different directions. And I love the fact that she's interviewing for a job, and the interviewer's like, "Where are you staying?" Oh no.
You said where?
Oh no, I'm fine. No, you're not. No.
You need to be careful. I love the fact that when she comes home from this interview, that the homeless guy's chasing her.
Well, the drive coming into this like little residential street, and it's this nice little house in the middle of everything is caved in and foreclosed and closed in upon itself. So like all of a sudden she's like, oh shit, it was dark and stormy. I didn't see the fact that this place is terrible.
Yeah, literally the only livable residence on the street is the one that she's in. And now she's getting chased into the house by a homeless guy.
Hey, little girl.
Yeah, stop, little girl, stop. So now you're thinking, okay, is he the bad guy? That kind of thing.
What's going on here?
And literally the whole time, and the performances are so good that even though you have no flipping clue what's happening, you're in.
Yeah.
And you keep it. This director. Wow, did you hear that squeak? Director. This, and I must be getting ready to go through puberty or something. I don't know.
He really likes this guy.
Do they do that? Do we do that twice? I don't know.
Hey.
Anyway, he really found a way to just slowly build that dread. So as she comes in, she discovers through circumstances that there's an extra room in the basement.
Right. It's one of those like, I got nothing better going on. I'm going to go check out the basement. And luckily for her, the door closes and locks behind her.
Yeah. And her keys are on the counter.
And we've got this creepy room in the basement. It's got a video camera, some stained stuff laying around. And listen, that was more than just a sign. That was a billboard marquee of GTFO.
Yeah, get the out of here.
Out of here.
And it's not like she went, oh no, I'm staying.
No,
I'm staying. She's like, I want out.
I'll give her credit. And that's where we play this line through this movie of making the smart choice,
Mm-hmm.
but then letting emotion and letting the moment of, am I really in a horror movie kind
Yeah.
of mentality play out to where you're like, okay, I can kind of see the hesitation. But
And
still, I don't
ex-
know Keith. Keith don't know me. Sorry, buddy.
well, I will say that I think that she played this, like I said, she did such a good job with it
Mhm.
that I was with you. The tropes that you normally get in this type of film, it's right as they started to peek their head out, they kind of pushed them back and said, okay.
Right.
So they allowed you to think, okay, she's thinking about this intelligently. She's doing these things. She's getting trapped the same way everyone does, but she's not doing it for the same reasons.
Right.
So Skarsgård comes home, she gets his attention, they break a glass, they get her out for
Yeah.
whatever reason, they go back in the house.
Yeah, the whole part. This is that moment where Keith proves, like, you don't know him and he don't know you. God love you. God love me. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh no, there's a weird room with a video camera and stained sheets. I must see this.
That's
Okay, Keith. How the got it? And I'm Albo.
that's when you go. That's what you go. I tell you what, I'm gonna go back in the living room because that's where my keys are. And then I'm going to watch you go through that door, and I'm gonna stand right here next to the
Right here.
see
And
right
when
behind me. The open doors behind me to the
Mhm.
outside.
and when
Um,
when you don't come back,
That's where I'm
damn it,
going.
they
I'll,
got you.
I'll send help. I happen to know that there's a homeless guy down the street that will find me when I walk outside this door. I'll send help.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna leave it open. And this is where we get into this crazy underground lair that the basement is more than just a basement. It's got the secret cavern caves.
Yeah, it's like
What's happening in
it
here?
kind of reminded me at this point, just for a split second, I kind of got the same feel as Heretic,
Yeah.
with that underground cave and with the dog cages in it, with the bowls and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
There's something weird and tortury,
Yep.
and maybe like, and it's a suburb of Detroit, but it's got that Hills Have Eyes, that they're like, there's something really weird going on
Yeah,
down.
and the whole time you hear, she's yelling for Keith, and Skarsgård is selling the, I'm hurt, I need your help, I'm down here kind of thing, and the more it was funny 'cause, again, this is where you're at. This is, as the viewer, this is what you're thinking.
I'm
The
back
more,
down to like 76%
yeah,
positive. It's
I'm
not
thinking.
him.
Well, at this point in time, I'm going. He's drawing her in. He may not
Yeah.
he may not be it, but he's involved. He's drawing her in.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you see him and he's on the ground and he's crawling and he's like, half out of it. And he's like, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here.
Down here.
There's something in here with us, kind of thing. It's one of those things. Yeah. You're not locked in here with me, or I'm not locked in. You're locked in here with me. And out of nowhere comes mutant mama.
Your mama, big old saggy boobies and all, just coming
Very-
at you in her
very
full on nakedness.
Yeah, and she
Ah!
proceeds to beat Bill Skarsgård to death with his own
Oh,
hands
it's
against
now.
the wall.
Now
It
I'm
is-
back to about 96% sure it's not him.
Yeah, yeah.
Only because like his head is no more.
So I have to pause this right now, and I have to send out love to another horror review channel. The young ladies at the Nightlight Horror Movie Club, who unfortunately, due to their business and work, have not been able to do a whole lot lately. But when I was listening to them, it was two sisters, one who loved horror, one who hated horror, and what have you, and they were reviewing this movie. And she said one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. She said, you need to watch this movie because it's a good movie. You need to watch it for yourself. Then you need to watch it a second time with someone who has no clue what they're watching, so you can watch them watch this movie, because this scene comes from so far outside of left field. Me, as a guy who watches a couple of horror movies a week went, what just happened?
Oh,
I
and
literally sit there going, what the fuck? Shut the fuck. No, no. Oh.
and this is the first part where Krager like takes a moment to take you immediately out of this incredibly gory, violent, what the heck is going on moment, and throw you in a convertible with a good old Justin Long bebopping down the California coast like nothing's wrong. And you're like, what the hell is happening?
You literally got
It's a whole new movie. What the hell's going on?
I literally thought the movie was over and this was some sort of after credit thing that came up. I was like, I literally in my mind, I was like, that was the shortest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, what's going on here? Like, and then that takes a dark turn to
Big
where
time
like
dark
he's accused of some crazy allegations, and this snowballs into his career is taking this ultimate dive. He's going to be in the papers tomorrow, and this is that, and did you really do it? And he's like, yeah, no 3 times is a yes. And you're like, oh my god.
and then he hops on a plane and heads to Detroit because why? He owns the house.
He owns 476 Barbary, and he's out on the lam. He's looking to sell the place, but he's just getting out of California because, whoa. And he walks into 476, and you're like, when in the timeline is this?
Yeah.
What in the timeline is this? The bed's made. Okay, so it's after the first night. Okay, so everybody's missing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And all their
poor Keith.
House. He's literally calling the realtor and going, hey, so there's a squatter in my house. Well, no, duh, is under your house, but yeah, okay.
And again, we're thrown back in it, man.
Yeah,
like,
and then we get this 1950s callback shot. And I'm still going, I don't know what I'm literally sitting there going, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, he goes down and finds the room, and I love how immediately he's like, I can get more for the house because it's got a bigger basement than I've been paying for. So he's measuring stuff out, and we snap into another. Is this it's a flashback. Oh, okay. Flashback. What's that? Richard Brake. Oh, okay. Richard Brake. Oh, this can't be good. He's not going to be a good guy in here because it's Richard Brake. He makes the dude plays an awesome bad guy.
He really does. And he really does.
And like you get the creepy vibes from him, and you find out that this dude is up to some bad stuff.
He's the reason for the room and the video camera in the basement.
He built this torture house to house people he would abduct.
Yes.
And then generationally abuse
and raise their children, and then
the cycle continues. Richard Brake with this guy's Frank. His name is in the movie. Frank is at the pinnacle of this horror show that we've been led into here underneath 476. And again, like you're like, oh my god, that's some crazy stuff. And then later we get the homeless guy that kind of fills in the gaps here to where the extent of the generational abuse that was going on in the house.
He is the oh my gosh, what God rest his soul that played Candyman. He was in Final Destination movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe that.
I'm a jerk for not realizing.
Me too.
Yeah. His name's right there.
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd. I wanted to Todd something, so I'm glad you fixed that before I did.
So Tony Todd in the Final Destination movies was the walking, talking exposition.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this guy is in this movie. He's the walking, talking exposition. The homeless guy. And he's the one that's going to talk them through. Matter of fact, I think that they wanted Tony Todd to play this role based on the character that we had. But he was the here's our exposition dump so that everyone understands now what's going on. And what we find out is basically the woman that lives under the house or under the houses, right? Because there's tunnels.
Yeah.
Um,
It's basically the whole place got sold off,
yeah,
and he refused to leave.
exactly. And the reason he refused to leave was because he was murder daddy, and
Mm.
this was his basically granddaughter because once you make so many copies,
Copy of a copy of a copy of a
yeah,
copy.
try to make it nice, but that's the way he explained it. Once you have copies of copies of copies, this is the kind of thing that happens, which you
Yeah,
kind of hills
something
have
ain't
eyes,
right.
right?
So, and I love while he's measuring out, while Justin Long's AJ is measuring out the basement to find out his new footage that he can charge for, in his failing life, career, everything. Something grabs the tape measure and starts running with it,
Yeah,
and
because he literally winds up like going to the into the catacombs and he's measuring them out too. He's like,
yeah, what is? Oh man,
keep
this
going.
is all. I could charge a lot for this, like square footage, and yeah, and he gets abducted by our weirdly naked crazy lady, mutant crazy lady, and he wakes up in a lockbox crib, I guess,
Crate,
because
crib,
crazy
hole.
lady is treating them like her babies, and we know that because Tess is there,
Yeah,
and she's like, just drink from the hairy nippled bottle.
yeah. Drink from the bottle.
Because the alternative is going to be terrible, and he refuses to drink from the group. There's hair on it.
And trust me when I say the alternative was indeed terrible.
He refused. Oh my goodness! Just as nature
Yeah,
did not intend.
yeah.
It was better to have the hair in your mouth from the bottle.
Yeah, it
But
was.
then
It was.
again, it was done. I love this whole like back and forth on trying to get away, and
Yes.
Tess keeps her humanity through this, where she tries to keep Keith from getting in trouble. She tries to save Keith. She on right to the end.
And had she known what Keith was, why he was there, she definitely would not have tried to save him.
Right. AJ, she's trying to save, which is funny because AJ escapes at one point and finds Frank, who is
That's who
bed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
finds Frank, who is bedridden with hundreds of videotapes. So God knows what is on all of this film. And the disgust that this person, AJ, has for this guy is ironic to the very core.
Because he's guilty of
Because
doing just as much.
he tries to justify what he had done, which is very similar.
Uh-huh.
And it was just one of those to where Frank ends himself. And
Yes.
again, it's this back and forth where Tess tries to help AJ get away, and AJ tries to use Tess to get away.
And I will say this: the only thing that happened in this movie that I called in advance was the gunshot. I was like, he's going to wind up shooting Tess, and he did.
He did.
But
Well,
because
I'll tell you what, and I did not expect. It was more of an accident when we see this.
yeah,
But from there, it's no longer an accident. He's like, oh, this biatch was ready to die, so I'm going to use her to save myself.
yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those. I don't have to outrun this monster. I just have to outrun you, and I'm going to
Right.
shoot you in the leg while I do it, kind of thing.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
that's not what he did, but that ending scene, right, where he sacrifices her to try to get away, just to have, uh, and that's what kills me about him. This is his moral ambiguity, if you will, is that he'll do
Mhm.
something really bad and then instantly try to make up for it. It's like
I loved when he was sitting there like, "Oh, you slipped, and
yeah, oh yeah,
I slipped," and it was one of those like, "Oh, for the love of God, yes, thank you."
yeah. Yeah, he literally, I loved it because he purposely basically shoved her off of a tower,
Yeah,
and then as she's waking up, he's like, oh, he's holding her. Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. I can't believe you slipped that way. Nudge,
because I
nudge.
was just so misunderstanding. Like, did you even realize that you fell? You fell. Oh my goodness, it was terrible.
And, and then Monster Mama.
She ain't dead again.
She's still not dead. And she kills him in a gnarly, nasty, and he deserved every second of it way.
Every bit of it. The only one that the poor homeless man was my comic relief for this movie, because when she comes in and when he's they're sitting inside an open concrete shit building, two houses down from crazy old mutant lady house, and they're like,
I'm safe in here.
Why are we here? Shouldn't we leave? And he's like, I've been here 15 years and that mofo has never come through this. Boom! Like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. And grabs the whole
exactly like the Kool-Aid man.
And then beats him with his own arm. I'm dying laughing at this part, because
I am too.
That was the tongue in cheek of this movie, that we're gonna lay into this.
I love that part, because
15 years.
How many times have we said in our lifetime, I'm gonna rip your arm off and beat you to death with it? That's exactly what she did.
That was her mission from the start. She grabbed a hold of him knowing that it would end that way. It was just,
it was great.
It's terrible. It was gruesome, but I was like, that's hilarious.
It was. And I think that's when you have a not only a director but a special effects artist who get it. Hey, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be gruesome. But if we film it the right way and we do it the right way, there's going to be a comedic relief a part of it. And it's going to allow us as the viewers to kind of take in the horror of it and yet still laugh it off. Because you and I have talked about that the psychology behind how how comedy and horror are so closely related.
Fear and comedy are so close.
Yeah, and so that's the reason a lot of times when you jump so hard in the theater, you immediately start to laugh. And when they tap into that like this in this scene, perfect. Chef's.
It was the play on irony through this movie was great. It forced for you to kind of look at the characters in their perspective.
Yep.
And that moment between Frank in his dying moments and Justin Long's character AJ, looking at him in disgust for what he did by not realizing the horrors that he was capable of. It forces that perspective of the characters in the movie, and you kind of see things a little differently in that light, where where Keith's side and what he was trying to do, and Tess and AJ, and you look at Mama and the mother, and go, oh, gotcha, she really is just her baby. And now, and I will say that's that one part where I realized I get it. When she's down there talking to Bill Skarsgård in the tunnels, and he's trying to get away, and he's screaming at her, and he's grabbing her, and he's shaking. We can't do this. You do what I tell you. It's her coming to her defense and protecting Tess. And you're like, oh, I get it. It really forces that perspective. And I kind of really enjoyed the movie for what it was now, because it forced that whole oh, okay, I understand it. And it wasn't. We didn't have to jump the shark to get there. We didn't have to throw some, low hanging fruit out to be able to connect the dots. It was all there the whole time.
Yep. She or Matthew was, as the mother, imprinting on Tess, and that's where all the horror of this came from, was really the fact that this person had no understanding other than the fact that she wanted to take care of her baby, and she saw Tess as a baby. Beautiful ending to the movie when Tess gets away, and how it ends. And I will say this right now, every week that I have the opportunity to make a short advertise this, I say our catchphrase on those, which is, before we can review this movie, we have to view this movie. So come on, let's watch a movie. Come on, let's do it. When it comes to Barbarian, come on, let's watch a movie.
Give it a shot.
I will tell you, it has been so long since I have been able to watch a horror film and go, wow, that was actually different.
It took let's not pretend. It took
Oh, yeah.
things that have happened before. It's been spun 100 times, but it really put a fresh spin on it to where it brought it into the times. It brought
Yep.
it to your lap where it was really believable, as
Yep.
far as how the characters were acting out. I hope, I live at the lower side of the Appalachian Mountains. I worry about these things sometimes. So it's one of those. It took that in an urban spin to it.
Yep.
That was believable. Like those forgotten towns that were bought up and went to shit because the work dried up and moved
Yep.
away, and who knows what lurks beneath these little storybook houses, or
Okay.
once
I
storybook
I
houses.
have to sleep tonight, Chris. Let's stop now.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's probably all flowers and stuff. There's
And-
no
and-
Dr. Satan or anything.
Oh no, nothing like that. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being a miserable dredge that makes you absolutely angry that you had to sit through this film, and 10 being something that transcends genre that everyone needs to see it. 5 hits all the marks. Where would you rate Barbarian?
Well, I'm on another podcast, and we say there's a boob for everyone there. So obviously there's a half star involved in this because there was some boobs. I can't lie.
But does it count when they're rubber prosthetics on a male actor?
They're human boobs. He was
true.
lactating.
This
He
is
was
true.
lactating.
Yeah, he
so-
was doing a lot of that.
Wow. Okay. And if for a visual, if you're a Star Wars fan, just picture The Last Jedi. Not for the whole movie. Let's not get into that. But just for the moment of the green milk. That's. Whew.
It was actually,
Yeah. So I'll have to give it a half star there. I'm going to give this an 8.5. This was a good movie. I was surprised by it. It had some twists I didn't see coming. So I'm going to give this an 8.5. Normally an 8 movie, solid, good movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely should be seen.
Yep.
And the half star for the salty nerd rule.
Okay, so for me in this particular instance, the salty nerd rule will actually mine's going to cancel yours out because it detracts. No, it would detract, but it had to be for this to work. And I agree with you. The fact that Tess was our murder mama was that way because she attached herself, imprinted on Tess, and everything that happened and how they led you towards you. I wasn't as forgiving as you were. I was really looking for thinking that Scar, because I hadn't seen it before, right? And I was looking
Right.
I was thinking Skarsgård was trying to draw her in there and
Right.
that, and it was going to be more of a hush type, what was the
Okay,
movie?
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where that was going to be the thing, or was going to be more of a Saw type thing. But so to go into this direction the way it did, I would love to find a good friend of mine who hasn't seen this and watch this with them. Maybe I'm going to suggest this movie for our annual horror fest if everyone hasn't seen it, because I would love to see a room full of people react to the whiplash that happens with Skarsgård, and then turn out a whiplash right again to that Sunny. Just that if I don't see anything else in the movie, I just want to see a room full of guys watching that and go, what the hell just happened, like I did. So I'm
collective.
I'm giving this one an 8.5 just on merit. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really although it had been done before, it was handled in such a way that it made it feel fresh. So I like this one a lot. I'm giving a 8.5. Now that doesn't mean for any way, shape, or form that it's going to be high on our shit list.
This is a good movie. Shit list has listen. We can agree. Other than the top, I'd say 15 we feel belong in the top 15.
Yeah.
The rest of it has gone to shit. Sometimes hilarious, intentionally tasteless is what shit stood for. Sometimes it's just shit. That's where it ends up.
That's where it ended up. And I looked at it sometimes. I went, oh shit, we did that. So our top 10 is really for us are movies that belong in a. Not only is the shit list intended for us to recommend movies that are rewatchable and fun, whether you're watching them by yourselves or with a group. This is a movie number 77. But our top 10 are those that they're both, right? They're great films and they're endlessly rewatchable. Where do you think Barbarian belongs on our list? I can tell you this, it definitely does not belong in last place.
No. Definitely not in last place. We can definitely move up from there. Let's start with, it's funny because I scroll up real quick and I'm like, 40s. We have a lot of good movies in here. There's some movies outside of our top 20 even that are, I would say, some of my favorite movies.
I agree.
So, but that's really a subjective thing because of how I grew up and what I watched when I grew up at a certain time. So
I agree.
I'm going to say easily this one jumps up. I would say above Wolf Cop.
Okay. I will say, because I already moved it up into the 30s.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where I'm sitting. I was like, Twins of Evil is a good one too, where I sat there because
yes,
we're in that realm of some weird stuff going on.
To me, this movie feels like it should be somewhere around Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Mist. I don't.
It ranks in there as far as a watchable movie. Like you really should see it.
But as far as rewatch is concerned, I would rewatch Black Sheep before I would rewatch this.
You're right. I would rewatch.
Go ahead.
But okay, I will say. This is where I say, oh shit, with the list because
oh shit, because
Renfield and Rat Faculty I've watched several times, and I don't think I could see myself watching this several times.
No.
So, yeah, it puts us back down into the top 50. You know what? I would say personally, I think it's better than Wolf Cop, but not as good as Howl.
Okay. Really?
I really liked Howl.
Wow. I was actually saying, and this is me, and we're up for debate here. You can do we can move things. I liked it better than Ginger Snaps.
Okay.
I think I liked it better than Howl just because of how fresh it felt.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as rewatchability is concerned, I don't know that I ever have to revisit this because the surprise happened once, right? And the whiplash happened once.
Right.
I've seen Howl a couple times.
I have too.
But I will also say I don't think it's better. Rewatchability, I'd rather watch Willy's Wonderland for the 5th time.
Sure.
Barbarian.
Like I said, I think that's where when I said top 50, Ginger Snaps was decent for me. It was a decent movie. I thought this was better than Ginger Snaps.
Okay.
But the rewatchability, I think, made it not as good as Howl.
Okay.
Where I kind of
okay. I can actually live with that. So we're saying right at 50.
Let's do right at 50. We'll bump down Ginger Snaps.
You know that there's going to be people that are going to go, you mean you put Frankenhooker in front of Barbarian? Yes. I had more fun watching Frankenhooker than I did Barbarian for the 4th.
Oh, come on, dude. Frankenhooker was all about the dust cover as a kid growing up. Like if you got to that back room, if you were born in the 70s and you got to that back room and saw Frankenhooker, you were like, I gotta rent that.
Yeah, and you pushed the button and it went, want a party?
Want a party? Want a party?
I agree. Locked in, baby. It's there. That one is at number 50. As a matter of fact, while we're sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Bam, saved, done.
I'm glad I didn't have to compromise too much when I said top 50 because I was like, I can't really
Yeah,
go. I
I,
could go higher if you want.
I think
But
it's 50 simply because of how good it was and so forth. Because to be honest with you, as far as just rewatchability is concerned, I've seen Halloween 3 way more times.
oh yeah.
uh I need more knickknacks in the background. Did you see that,
Yep,
Gene?
and I'm sending you a few. I've got a box that I just put together. I'm gonna get down there this week, send it
All
out
right.
to you.
So just so everyone's aware, Gene, just so you know, the plan is that once I get some things done around the house, I'm going to put a white shelving unit behind me, and there's going to be more knickknacks on it. Just so you know, I'm already building the knickknacks. They're just not ready to display yet. So there's that. Any Hoosiers. So
Fun. You know what time it is.
we got to spin the wheel.
We got to put ourselves on that wheel.
We
And we
got
got
to
to
spin
figure
the
out
wheel.
what we're doing next week.
All
And
right.
anybody that's listening, we implore you to jump in with us and watch this movie, whatever it might be. There's a lot of weird ones on here
That sure is.
for next week and to see what we're going to do.
All right. So let's pull it up right now. We're going to share the screen. Do, 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 do.
A toast to the screen.
or something along those lines. All right. Are you ready?
Let's do it. That's right.
All right. So our wheel of terror. As Chris was saying, this is something we spin at the end of the week. And any movies that you suggest to us go on this wheel. If
Yes.
Chris sees something during the week that he thinks, oh, this might be fun for the show, he tells me, I add it to the wheel. I do the same. So we're going to click now and around and around.
Before you click it, let me just say, let's throw out here that we are avid watchers of Shudder and Tubi and Pluto and the free services that are out there, as well as
Yes.
the paid services. At any point, Tubi, Shudder, you want us to review things, feel free to send us early views. Anything. We don't mind taking time out of the Wheel of Pain. I mean, terror. And doing something specific.
And not only that, but if you have something, just throwing this out to Shudder and or Tubi, you have something that you want reviewed, even if it's something that's been on the channel for a while, reach out to us. We will be glad to do that for you. We're
Yes,
not whoremongers. We're not saying that you need to pay us. Just tell us. We like horror movies. We'll do it. That being said, click to spin. Are you ready?
Click to spin, buddy.
Wheel of Terror.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Oh, God, clown in the cornfield.
Clown in the cornfield.
Oh,
I just put this on my my list like last week when I was going through. I forget what it's on, but I just put it in my watch list.
let's look real quick and let everybody know where we can.
Let's do Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're watching this. But hey,
Yeah.
we watched Frankenhooker and John Beavers. So
Let's see. We got. Looks like it's a rentable Shudder. Definitely a Shudder movie because I think it was a Shudder original. Directed by Eli Craig.
it looks like Hulu may have it.
Okay.
Shudder shows that they have it. Okay, so
Yep.
yeah,
it's
it's
Hulu, Shudder,
places.
Philo. I think Philo is free, is it?
Oh.
But yeah, check it out. I've seen some good things about this. It's 2025. Zombievers was good.
Yeah, it sure was.
And yeah, that's what we're going to be covering. Come on, Clowns in a Cornfield. It's a clown movie.
It's a clown movie. It's in a cornfield. It's like Children of the Corn. If the children, hold on.
Whoa.
I was driving through the little town by my work today because I was out on a delivery, and I looked over in the window of a little toy store in town, and they have a life-size killer clown in the window.
Oh, nice.
the next time I go through there, if I have a few minutes, I have to stop and go in and check
You
on
got to
this.
stop.
I
You
have to, because if nothing else, I have to take a selfie with it. I told Mara about this, and her exact words were, "You can stop in and look at it. Don't bring it home." I said, "But
bring it home,
imagine it would be me, Chris, and the clown.
That'd be awesome.
It would be a great thing." Yeah, she said no, but you know what? That's okay.
You have to make compromises, you know. That's you want the 7 foot tall Michael Myers, you have to give on the
Yeah.
the clowns from outer space.
Or I say, "Hey, babe, it's this
Do
or
not
a
piss
new
off.
Indian, and the
Right.
Indian's a motorcycle, so you pick."
Right. I think she's going to choose the Indian.
Did you see what Mars says?
Yeah.
Do not
Nah.
bring this home.
Yeah. That's a hard no on that one.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off tonight?
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. And if you're watching this, think about joining us live. If you're listening to this later on, watching us later on, think about joining us live 8 p.m. on Thursdays, where we go over our favorite horror movies, our schlockiest movies, the Wheel of Terror movies, or just something that we feel like covering that week because it has to do with horror and we love horror. You know, you never know. It's a mixed bag with us.
It is.
Good old Lunar Girl has shared in the chat the bio.link/graverev, the link to link them all, where you can reach us on all of the socials. Reach out to us as well as our email that's on there. And tell us what you feel about this movie, about movies we've covered in the past, about movies you'd like to see us add to the Wheel of Terror to where we can go, oh, no, it's fill in the blank. Clown in a Cornfield this week, 2025. So, before you can review a movie, you must view a movie. And we implore you to view the movie with us for next Thursday, where we do Clown in a Cornfield. Stay spooky, friends. We'll see you next week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is so glad. It is so glad. It is so glad. I am so glad that you have joined us tonight. Thank you so much. There are people watching on X right now. We would love for you to log on to YouTube when you see this live, just so that you can have a conversation with us in the chat room, as you've seen tonight. We do address the things that are going on there. We want to know your opinions on these films. If you have something you'd like for us to put onto the Wheel of Terror or the Wheel of Pain, depending on the week, please feel free to let us know. Be sure to take out your kitchen butcher knife, be Michael Myers, and stab that subscribe button. Ring that bell and hit the like button. And please leave us a comment. I had a gentleman commented on one of our shorts this week. He was not he didn't agree with us. And you know what? There was no animosity. I said, "Hey, dude, I am glad that you left a review. I am glad that you let us know. It's okay that you didn't like what I liked. We don't gatekeep around here. We just want the interaction. We just want to be able to talk to you about what we like and what you like, because that helps us grow as people and as horror fans, and it helps the horror community as a whole." That being said, until we meet again, which should be next Thursday night for Clown in a Cornfield. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, as we always say, until we meet again, may all your nightmares be groovy. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming.